Good evening, viewers. Welcome to this session. We have Anupam Mishra with us, who is an engineer turned lawyer turned journalist, and also a person who has an animal shelter, which means he's an animal lover. He's a music and cinema buff. Yeah. So let's move on to what we're discussing today. We're discussing hypocrisy in Bollywood. Mainly, this has come into focus after AR Rahman gave this famous interview to BBC. Now, we find that very strange because, it took him 2 years to actually convert to Islam. And, he was very reluctant. And so he changed his name from Dilip Kumar to AR Rahman. Now, there are many things that, come into the question, Anupamji. See, he hasn't produced a hit in years. And now, whenever he does, he demands almost 3 times the amount that other composers demand. And he makes a huge delay in actually delivering the music. He also demands every movie is labeled as a AR Rahman musical. So, on top of that, if he is not throwing his weight, his mother also expects Hindus who come into his house to remove their tilak and remove any sort of symbolism they feel about that represents Sanatana Dharma. So it's not a very cozy scene that we are looking at, isn't it? What do you say?
So, Minaji, we seem to have come a complete circle. And there was a time when Yusuf Khan became Dilip Kumar, and now Dilip Kumar becomes AR Rahman. That's a complete circle in Bollywood. So, right after the partition, and when there was a charged up atmosphere, commonly charged atmosphere, people like Yusuf Khan became Dilip Kumar, Mahazabin became Meena Kumari, and so on and so forth. You see, most of the Muslim stars at that time, they were operating under Hindu names. So, I see the entire trajectory of Bollywood in 3 phases. The first phase, when the Muslim stars were forced to or take Hindu names. I would talk about, say, from 40s to 60s. Then in mid-60s, people like Feroz Khan and Sanjay Khan came along with their own names. That communal atmosphere had sort of died down or maybe diluted by that time, 20-25 years down the line, and people started coming with their own names. So that was the second phase. First phase, Muslim stars taking Hindu names. Second phase, Muslim stars coming with Muslim names, and third stage, I would see it in the 90s. After which we see people saying, "My name is Khan." People making films like not only taking the original names but gloating about it. "My name is Khan." People making films like Pathan, Afghan. So, and this Gujarat gangster, I forgot his name. There was a time when a movie on Haji Mastan was made, Diwar, and that a character was called Vijay. But then the times changed and a movie was made on the Gujarat gangster called Rais, and the movie was called Rais. So you see a very clear change. Now this is the fourth stage. This is the fourth stage, which I say this is post to 2014. And contrary to what people believe that Modi and the BJP brought polarization, I say it was the polarization which brought in Modi and BJP. They did not happen in a vacuum. Had there not be a polarization in the country, Modi would not have won. BJP would not have come to power. So the polarization was also already there. And how did this polarization came along? It came with the internet. It came with the social media. Why? Because internet and social media ultimately revealed a lot of things which were kept secret, very well kept secret for say hundreds of years. So finally people got to realize that what the truth is all about, and we could see a very perceptible polarization in the society. And this is when the ball.
So here, Anupamji, you are talking about where characters like the Hindu characters like pujaris and the thekedars and the landowners were shown as evil people who rape people, and the hero is always some person called Sher Khan. Or is that also something that you're referring to?
Yes, I'll come to that as well. The point is that the Bollywood started reacting post 2014. In fact, even before Modi became the prime minister, there is an interview by Amir Khan, and he's speaking to Shekhar Gupta, and he said that Modi should be stopped in any manner whatsoever, and America should deny visa to him, and the man should be behind bars and all. The same Amir Khan is now sucking up to Modi. You can see that he's standing with Modi in the Ganesh Puja. So, see, I tell you one thing, Amina ji. 1984, I was in my school, and the great Amitabh Bachchan came down to Prayagraj. I'm in Prayagraj. That time, this place used to be called Allahabad, and Rajiv Gandhi fielded Amitabh Bachchan from Allahabad. This guy came down and he defeated this former chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, Hemati Nandan Bahuguna, father of Rita Joshi. And during that time, Amitabh Bachchan said something very remarkable. He did not say it on TV, but he said it in a private conversation. He said कि देखिए हम लोग भांड हैं. भांड is वो नाचने गाने वाले. We should not be taken very seriously. This is all we do. And that has struck a chord with me, and I actually believed the superstar. I took him on his face value, and I never take them more seriously than that. Whenever I want a good entertainment, I do watch cinema, I do watch movies, I do listen to music, I love it, but I never take them seriously on an intellectual level. Never. So these people like, be it Amir Khan, be it Salman Khan, they're not even educated. कोई class 3 पास है, कोई class 5 पास है, और अंग्रेजी से नीचे बात नहीं करते हैं. मतलब कोई भी क्लास कक्षा 5 से आगे कोई पढ़ा नहीं है. और मतलब I find it very ironical. In fact, I find it very funny that the Hindi film industry, उनका जितना award function is it is the entire thing is in English. So अब वो उनका unfortunately, मीना जी, हमारे यहाँ a knowledge of English is supposed to make you look like a very literate and a very educated person. That is very unfortunate, but there is absolutely nothing we can do about it as of now. Our Prime Minister is calling about getting rid of this Macaulay mentality and all. Let's see about it, how it goes. But referring to what you were saying right now, there was a time when these very subtle messages were sent across in the society by the way of Bollywood. And there is one film that Swati Goyal keeps on talking about, and that is Ganga Ki Saugandh, made by Sultan Ahmed. I saw the movie when I was a kid. I was in school. But the funny part is that the characters do not have any name. The characters do not have any name. One of the villains is Thakur. The second villain, the name of the second villain is Pandit. The name of the third villain is Lala. Imagine. All the villains do not have any name. They are just addressed by their caste names. And the Farishta, the Rahmat ka Farishta is a Khan. Imagine. And all this Thakur and Pandit and Baniya, they are torturing a Dalit. And the Khan comes to the rescue of the Dalits. There's just one more thing, Meena ji. I may be digressing for a moment, but this is something I keep on repeating everywhere I say about this atrocity literature that we as the Dalits are supposed to be discriminated against, and huge. They were subjected to huge torture and all. This entire atrocity literature has come up in the last 150 years. I ask you one simple question. This country was visited by various travelers at various points of time in the last 2,000, 3,000 years. Let us start with Megasthenes and Seleucus, who came with the Greeks, who came with this Alexander. Then let us talk about Farishta. Let us talk about Fahind coming from China. Let us talk about Hingsang coming from China. There's so many travelers, and they wrote about each and every part of India. They described the social life in India in huge detail. But there is not a single mention about the atrocities being committed on the Dalits. This entire atrocity literature came up in the last 150 years when the Britishers invented it. They could just to create these fault lines in the Indian society, which are still existing, and not only existing, they're thriving. They're getting broader. They're getting broader by the time. So they came up with the Aryan invasion theory, which immediately divided the country into two parts, the Aryans and the Dravids. Then they came up with this atrocity literature. So this entire theory,
which is very clearly divide and rule, right?
And divide and rule. So this entire narrative was woven very beautifully into this Bollywood culture, and the films were made on such lines, and it was Actually, this all also started in, I would say, in around 70s with the advent of Javed Akhtar and Salim Khan. Before that, I tell you, there is a character called Jeevan, an actor called Jeevan. We all know him. The
The
Jeevan is,
villain.
whenever we talk about Jeevan, what is he known for? He is known for acting, he is known for playing the role of Narad Muni's in around 60 movies. Now
Yeah.
imagine there were 60 movies, Puranic movies made at that time. He could not have played the role of Narad Muni in a Salim Javed starrer. Na? So if he played the role of Narad Muni, that means 60 movies during his lifetime were made around Puranic thing. And he was just a very small part. So many movies were made on Indian culture, Indian history, and Indian religion. But then came this duo called Salim Javed, and they started with Diwar and all, and the rest, of course, was history. And I keep on saying they came up with like more than 2 dozen hits, and they do not have a single movie, not a single movie where you can see a Muslim as a villain. Every villain is either a Thakur or a Pandit or a Lala or something like that. In their entire trajectory, not a single movie you will find a Muslim as a villain. In fact, you remember this movie called Mai Hoona by Farha Khan. Then I was watching this interview of Farah Khan, and she said that at the very beginning, I had made up my mind that my villain will not be a Muslim, despite being a terrorist. I wanted to show they are Hindu terrorists in India. Now that is, मतलब अब क्या बोले इसको आप बताइए. She was at least foolish enough or candid enough to accept what she was planning and what she did. So coming back to this AR Rahman thing, we all know that he was a Hindu called Dilip Kumar who got converted in, and there are stories that he fell sick and his mother got some mannat and they got converted, and we know things like that. And in a Bollywood which had such fantastic movies from Guide to Pyasa to Kagas Phool and whatnot, the movie which was actually recognized at Oscars was films like Slumdog Millionaire, because they could show the poverty and they could show the country in a very poor light, if not bad light, at least a very poor light. And this guy got so many awards, but
No, even before that, Anupamji, with Dil Se, Chaya Chaya, he got so much of accolades. And at that time, he did not have any complaint with Slumdog Millionaire and with this other Chaya Chaya. And now news comes out that Jai Ho is just a and in the other movie that won the Oscar. At that time, he was okay with being a Muslim in an industry like Bollywood. At that time, he did not have a problem. What is his problem now?
so the basic problem AR Rahman is facing right now is that he is on a very slippery slope, and his movies are not doing good. He's not getting films, and I believe that people have finally caught up with the idea that he has been stealing tunes for quite a long time. Now this is a social media age, and people have already come up with so many songs that he stole from here and there, and now he's getting exposed, and that is a very old tradition in India. I tell you, I give you an example. There was a person who became the longest serving captain of Indian cricket team, but the day he was caught, he said, "I'm a Muslim there, that's why I'm being harassed." And we are talking about Azharuddin. So we have seen people like even Sanjay Dutt. He was a star, his father was a star, his mother was a star. The day he was caught in terrorist cases, he simply said, "Just because my mother is a Muslim, I'm being harassed." We have seen Shah Rukh Khan, how he behaved and how he went on a social media trip to prove that just because he was a Muslim, his son was being implicated in a false drug charge. By the way, Sameer Wankhede has just been cleared of all his charges. Turns out that Sameer Wankhede was right and Shah Rukh Khan was wrong.
Yeah. So, and if you're being very specific, which means he lifted the Sukhwinder's song Jai Ho and called it his own and got the Oscar for it and never gave anyone else credit, isn't it?
No, it's not just a single song, Meenaji. So many songs have come up where he is being shown as plagiarizing, and it's a blatant copy. Matlab, till now, people like Anu Malik were blamed for it. Turns out that AR Rahman is no better, and he is not only exposed. People are finally fed up of his stereotype music, and music which comes more from the instruments and less from the heart. So people have finally caught up with him, and he's not getting films. He's feeling left out. That his stardom is no more there. You can compare it to Javed Akhtar. Javed Akhtar at this age is not getting any films. He's just sitting at home. He cannot even go to Pakistan like 3 times a year like he used to go before. So Pakistan wala मामला भी अभी रुका हुआ है और post operation Sindoor. So he's just sitting there and cursing the entire industry and the entire country. And of late, he's also trying to prove that he's pretty secular. So the point is that these guys have reached the end of their road, and now that they are getting exposed, now they are not getting any work. They want to blame it on so-called communalism in Bollywood, and it is pretty strange that we are the people who made them stars. I'll give you just one example. The last big film that he got was Chhawa. He should be grateful, and now this guy is calling that film communal. This guy, the only big film that he last time got was Chhawa, and he now blaming Chhawa. That is, he's accusing Chhawa of being communal. And there's just one more thing, Minaji, before we wind up with this Rahman chapter. I sometimes wonder what type of people we are. Despite all this guy is being engaged to create music for Ramayana. I, for one, am not going to watch this Ramayana.
So, actually, talking about his stand, when figures like Rahman label this, they are saying that they are prejudiced. Critics are claiming that he's, attempting to silence the victims. They see his victim card as a ploy to stop the majority from telling their own stories of survival. Now, critics argue that this communal bias, the reason is that they want to reverse the kind of content that is being shown now in our movies. Ever since, you talk about Modi ji encouraging people to make real life stories. Dhurandhar has come, Kashmir Files has come, the Kerala story has come. These are all reflecting reality of what has been happening, whether it's love jihad, you're talking about the Kashmiri genocide, you're talking about Dhurandhar, which is what Pakistan has been doing against India, and for which Bollywood are their slaves. Okay, so when this is being shown, they do not like it because that is the truth, and they can't control our industry, and so they want to go back to the same stories which show Hindus as bad, when everybody knows, Hindus are the most peaceful community in the world. So, is Rahman, talking someone's language, saying that they want to return to the same Amitabh Bachchan, Javed Akhtar era where they can continue to bash the Hindus and do what they like and then tell us that we are, really cruel?
When I was in school, Meenaji, since I was in a Catholic school, and next to Bible was Shakespeare. We were made to study all the texts of Shakespeare, and there was one passage in Merchant of Venice. I liked it then, I like it today, and it stayed with me. If wishes were horses, beggars would have been riders. So, as for Mr. Rahman and Mr. Javed Akhtar, they can do whatever they like, they can say whatever they like, but that time has gone, and that time has gone for good. It's not coming back. The funny part about this Dhurandhar thing is that the Muslims and the so-called liberals and the seculars in Indian film industry and outside the industry are very disturbed by Dhurandhar, but it is actually being loved in Pakistan. It is actually being loved in Pakistan. There are more than 1 crore downloads, illegal downloads in Pakistan. people are loving it. People are talking about that it's a very factual and a historical movie
In
made
fact,
on yeah,
in
on
uh, no, in fact, Anupam ji, Haq has become the most popular movie in Pakistan.
see. And I tell you, next time, I believe there is a second part of Dhurandhar, and I tell you, it will go all along until it reaches that MQM part. Unless it reaches that Altaf Hussain and MQM, we'll be seeing all this in our movies. And the Pakistanis are loving it because first time they come to watch their own history in a very realistic manner, because they know they will never be able to watch it in their own country. No one in their country has the courage or the means or even allowed to make such a film. So now this is like um, and this is a double torture for these actors and a certain group in Bollywood, because they are hating it. They are hating it because Dhurandhar, the cast, the making, the success of Dhurandhar, it represents the end of an era. It represents the end of an era which started with Diwar in around 1970, 71 or 69, whatever it was. That it represents the end of an era. And the worst part is that they thought it was anti-Pakistan, and Pakistanis are loving it. And as for AR Rahman, it is not only as if he is trying to get back at his failures and all. The fact remains that we have seen it. We are having such good relation with practically all the Muslim countries, as you have seen. The only Muslim countries we are not having good relations with is Pakistan and Bangladesh. Bangladesh is pretty surprising, but we literally created the country, and yet they hate us. So it is all about the Muslims in the subcontinent. Bare Sagir ka Musalman, the subcontinent ka Musalman. Why? Because they have been converted. They have been carved out of Hinduism. Okay, so they have been, and they were the latest convert, the most recent convert. And the worst part is that they are living among the Hindus. So they keep on hating us. They keep on blaming us. You will not see that hate in any part of Middle East countries. None there. In fact, they have been honoring Mr. Modi with the highest civilian award. There is not a single Muslim country left apart from Turkey, which has not honored Mr. Modi. So, what Mr. Rahman is doing is he's basically a fanatic. I tell you, there was a story which was actually crushed down. I remember it was somewhere in the 90s, but that time social media was not there, internet was not there. There was a story when all the workers, the musicians working with AR Rahman, they complained that Mr. Rahman is forcing them to convert. And when this story got out, Rahman fired them. So he was actually coercing he was forcing his workers, his musicians to convert to Islam. And I believe his mother is even a bigger fanatic. I'm told that you cannot enter her house with a tika on your forehead or a kalava on your hand. So they are simply fanatics. And the last part, of course, is that now that he has been literally, he can see that he has reached the end of his road in Bollywood. I think he's just trying to suck up to the Muslim fanatic circle, and he believes that that is one way he has already shifted. I believe he's shifting or shifted to Dubai also. He got a golden visa, I believe. So Salman Khan was the first man to get a golden visa. I find that also very funny, that an Islamic country giving a golden visa to someone like forgot her name, Sunny Leone. Imagine an Islamic country giving a golden visa to Sunny Leone, a star from the porn industry. So
see, in fact, Anupam ji, see, if you look at someone like Anup Jalota, now he said that, see, if this is a problem, then why don't you do Ghar Wapasi and come back to Hinduism, where you'll be accepted with all your faults and still applauded.
see, this is precisely what I was trying to explain. That you will not see that hatred towards the Hindus in any of the Muslim countries except Bangladesh and Pakistan and India. The only reason is that this is the fear that haunts them, that one day they or their children or their kids or their relatives may do a ghar vapsi. This threat of ghar vapsi, because they know ki it has been a very recent, they are a very recent convert. In fact, Rahman is sort of a first generation convert. So they are a very recent convert, and they are actually afraid that they may be seduced back into their original religion. This is what frightens them, and this is what makes them hate the Hindus, the Sanatans, and this country even more.
Yeah. And also the fact that, see, what he said is a blatant lie, because if you look at the Khans, we're talking about Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, and all these Khans, they have controlled the industry's economy for 30 years. And the critics are finding it very hypocritical for a multi-millionaire who has houses in America.
Yeah, why 30 years? Why 30? I keep on saying the baseline should be 1970.
Yeah.
It's more than 50 years now.
Yeah, absolutely. So to claim that he's a victim now is very strange. Okay, coming to another fact also, Anupamji, if you've seen the way Rahman creates his music, it's an irony, because I hear all these singers speaking, saying that, see, we do not feel any vibes because they call these singers separately. Okay, so he takes one singer and the music is put later, and then another singer is called. So what happens is the singers and the music are not done simultaneously. So, see, for example, now if you're angry, and I feel your anger, I will also be provoked, isn't it? But here, when he creates music, everybody's living in their own shell. So where does the the warmth of the lyrics, which of course everybody says Rahman does not use poetry at all. He just uses the latest words to create songs.
See, Rahman has converted a very creative art into something very commercial. Creating music, composing music is not an ordinary thing. So much so that even the lyrics are written afterwards. First, the music is composed, and then the lyrics are made to, and then the lyrics are written to suit that particular composition. It is supposed to be the soul of the film, but he has converted that the most creative part of cinema. I call it cinema, not films. He has converted that most creative part of cinema into a very artificial, into a very
a circus.
Yeah, and I tell you, as I said in the beginning, the music is more from the strings, and the music is more from the instruments and less from the heart. And he has been stealing music. He has been plagiarizing it. He has been, and I'm told that he has been using computers and various permutations and combinations just to create new notes. And there is no heart in the music. You see that even his hit songs, even his hit songs, they never survive for more than a year. And now look at the old song. We are still singing the song
exactly.
of a we are singing the songs of 40s and 50s.
Yeah. So if you talk about someone like Hemant Kumar, okay, his songs can make you cry. Okay, you take S.D. Burman's music. All of them have such beautiful poetry in them that, as you said, they are enjoyed even today.
Salil Chaudhary, Madan Mohan.
Absolutely.
And for that matter, even the Muslim composers like Khayyam and Naushad. Look at that music. So those soul-stirring music, it still stimulates, such to say, 70 years, 80 years down the line. And his songs are forgotten in the next 6 months. His songs were more, the couple of hits that he really got, because the movies were a huge hit, like Bombay. Bombay was a huge hit. And as the song came into popular culture. But the fact remains that his songs were never able to survive more than a year or two. And not like the music we are using still 80 years down the line. As I said, it is more from the instrument and less from the heart.
Anupam, see, there is a music director called Debu Nainan Thomas, okay, from the South. Okay, if you listen to his music, I mean, even the old people or the younger or even the children, will start dancing because they are so melodious and still so modern, but that man has not got any fame. Okay, so you feel very sad. I mean, people like me, I try to push it through Twitter saying that please listen to this music director, he's so beautiful, you know. But what happens, this is all political, and of course mostly it is religious, and this is because Pakistan is backing Bollywood and the other music, the film industries, and they decide what we should like and what we should not like, and what we should do and what we should not do. Now that things have changed with Modi ji in power, we are watching movies that we like, patriotism and love for true art is returning.
And let me put in just one more thing. I keep on saying that it is not as if because Modi ji is in power and we are doing such thing. It is because we want to do such thing that Modi ji is in power. Modi did not bring about this change. The change brought about Modi.
Yeah.
Because the society itself wanted to change, and hence Modi is just a product of the changed society.
Yes, absolutely. So it is.
I was just looking for a song I saw somewhere on social media, and I was amazed how he really copied it, and he copied it from a very Pakka music, Shastri Sangeet, and a very famous duo singing that, and he just copied it, and I was actually amazed. And the thing is, now that it is a social media age, these things are coming out, and these things we did not know about such things when social media was not there.
In fact,
as I
say,
said, that
Sukhwinder was paid 5 lakhs for his Jai Ho.
Yes, this is what you said. Yes.
Yeah. So it's really very pathetic that a man called Dilip Kumar, who turned to Rahman, is going to decide what the viewers should see and what the viewers should listen to.
No, actually, that is the whole reason. He's not going to decide, and he knows it. वो एक लखनऊ में कहते हैं ना कि वो दिन गए जब फन्ने फाख्ता उड़ाते थे, तो वो खत्म हुए. The time is gone. The time is gone, and that is his real lament. Had he actually been able to decide, he would not have come out here swinging this way. No, his only lament is that he cannot decide any longer. He is not the Malik. He is not the Lord and Master of this university anymore.
So let me tell you one very interesting thing, Anupam, since you're already discussing this. You will find that even AI, we are talking about Gemini, is very, very, pro-Islam. Okay. So what I did was, I was just having free time, so I decided to put in the AR Rahman question. So they said, no, he's a very good man, blah, 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 secular and all that. When I started putting my points across, then he said, okay, let me do some research, and I'm finding your points coming through. Finally, Gemini had to, say that yes, it is a bias against Hindus, just like Jews were prosecuted in Europe. Hindus are being prosecuted not only in India, all over the world, because of their intelligence, because of their peaceful nature, because of the ancient philosophy that they have. In every way, Hindus are a threat to other, societies.
See, if you really want to go down that path, let me tell you one thing, that every religion in this world, we call our religion Sanatan because it was not created by any man. It is supposed to be eternal. It started from day one. So every religion has been created in reaction to some other religion. For example, the Christianity came in response to the Jews. The Islam came in response to Christianity and every other religion. So we are the only religion, in fact, we are the only dharma. The rest, of course, are cults and religions, whatever you may call them. So we are the only people who got our dharma from the Prakriti. We got our dharma from nature. We are the nature worshippers. The rest of us just came along down the line in reaction and in opposition to already existing thing. Now let me show you something, Minaji. I just got this, and I think you'll be able to decide, you'll be able to talk about this in a better manner. This is something called, some people call it Gundecha brothers. Do you know them? Gundecha brothers. Okay. Now just watch this. Let us make your viewers watch this. Imagine a person who has been stealing our bhajans, Shiva Shiva. He's blaming us. He has the audacity to blame us, the very religion he got converted from, the very religion he has been stealing bhajans from.
So also the hypocrisy also extends to his personal life, doesn't it? I mean, he's supposed to be such a dedicated person, and after so many years, and after his children have grown up, he's decided to even separate from his wife, and no reasons, nothing given. So I mean, how do you trust this man at all? In his family life, he's not sincere. In his personal life, in his professional life, he's not sincere. He's been plagiarizing songs. So how can you trust a man like him?
We don't trust him. As simple as that. And as far as hypocrisy is concerned, let me say that hypocrisy comes part and parcel with conversion. That is a part and parcel of conversion and the entire conversion process. When you convert the faith of your ancestor, the faith that your ancestors have followed over thousands and thousands of years, and if you are converting to some other faith, then you're accusing and blaming and sort of abusing your own parent faith, then the hypocrisy is just a part of it.
And the hypocrisy is also the fact that when a movie like Haq, which is speaking, about triple talaq, and ripping it apart and showing the woman's point of view, becomes so successful in Pakistan, which means that, I mean, you really need to change things, don't you? Now, that will be a theme for another day. But this is exactly what is happening. They are not true to what they say. We cannot trust them. Then why do we digest their music?
So it's not only about music. It's not only about the film industry. If you're really talking about hypocrisy, look at the fact that thousands and thousands of people have died in Afghanistan and Iran. Not a single Muslim got up to speak in their favor. But they are worried about something that is happening 5,000 kilometers away in Gaza. More people, many more people than Gaza have died in Iran. But they will not talk about Iran. They will not talk about Afghanistan. They will not even talk about Pakistan. Because that is a place where, no, that is a place where Muslims are being killed by Muslims. So they will not talk about that. They are more worried about a place which is 5,000 kilometers away in Gaza, because one of the parties there is the Jews. One of the parties is Israel. So they will keep on talking about Gaza. But the fact remains that most of these Islamic deaths, most of the Muslims are dying in places where there is no one else other than Muslim.
Yeah,
the entire Middle East, it has the entire Middle East. I mean, more than millions of people have died in the last so many years. And still you don't talk about, as Ghalib said, जबकि तुम बिन नहीं कोई मौजूद, फिर ये हंगामा है खुदा क्या है. There is no one else except you. What are you queuing about? So most of the people are dying in Muslim countries. They will not talk about it. They're just worried about Gaza. So the hypocrisy is, I would say, it is a part and parcel of the entire process, be it the films or the politics.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think on that note, we can end this session. Thank you so much, Anupamji. Always nice talking to you and, getting your viewpoint.
Pleasure to be here, Vinay. Thank you.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.